Oh, I don't get it.
How can Nightbot join if Nightbot isn't even in here?
I don't know. This is very strange. What the hell? Is this not working?
Yeah, I don't know. Rip Nightbot.
Hmm. Hold on. I'll message Kai about this then. Maybe he'll be able to change it. If he's online, actually. Oh, he's on snooze. That's not good. God damn it. Because the thing is, like, normally you go to Nightbot's channel, just go like exclamation mark Nightbot join, and he should join your channel. Problem is that like I'm not logged into the R Skullgirls account. I'm logged into my own account. So if I went in there, just join.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. I don't have the Nightbot account for our Skullgirls.
So I guess I don't know. I don't know how waifu or like Tom or whatever did
I
it last
might.
time.
I don't know. Let me go check. Maybe I have it somewhere buried very deep in my messages.
I just know. Just to make sure that Tom or anyone isn't online. Well.
Huh? Nah. Looks like I can't find it.
Well, that's unfortunate. Don't really know how to fix that. Maybe we'll just have to push on with this title then.
Yeah, I think we can change the title in the VOD later or something. I don't know.
Maybe?
I'm pretty sure you can change the title.
I mean, this is gonna get uploaded to YouTube anyway, so I guess we'll just do it. Just go ahead.
Yeah.
So,
Unfortunate though.
yeah, but I think people know what this is anyway. So yeah, first off, we're gonna have Verry versus Insignium in the beginners bracket. So, I'm gonna go ahead and invite them, and then we'll get started.
Alrighty. By the way, guys, just want to introduce myself for some of the EU crowd. I'm Bonanze here, and I mostly hang around NA, but I was asked to join EU today to the co-cast, so I'm here. Hello, everybody.
Oh, it's not Insignium. It's wait, or is it? Did I spell his name wrong? Oh dear. Yep, I did. Nice. Professional.
Insignium. He's in chat, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna get him in. So invite game Insignium, and Verry is also in chat. Excellent. Insignium, and we're gonna get him in here. And I'm gonna make sure to drop the overlay, unlike Tomer. Shouldn't be too hard on him. He like dropped it only like thrice in total, I think. It's not horrible.
I mean, it's not bad. It's not the worst.
It's not the worst. That is a positive. I don't know, I'm getting a lot of dropped frames all of a sudden. 1 second.
Maybe you shouldn't drop as many frames as you drop combos. Poo, 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 poo. Oh, looks like they're getting right into it. Uh-oh. Lobby? Don't freak out on me, boy.
Okay.
Lobby was giving me a little bit of a scare there.
Alright. well, I managed to drop the overlay, and we're gonna get into the first match. Looks like a Beowulf from Verry. He played solo Beowulf last time, and he's gonna keep doing that. But Eliza and Cerebella from Insignium.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of Insignium at I Want to Be the Skullgirl, so...
Alright.
Ought to be interesting to watch.
Oh, quick drop of a combo there.
Yeah.
You gotta practice that, just make sure you have muscle memory to always, like when you get a hit confirm, just go through with it. I'm gonna lower Skullgirl's volume a second, so give me a second.
Oh, alright, so we're seeing a little bit of a combo here. Oh, looks like an unfortunate drop though.
Very, so very that he wasn't really doing anything there, and that's, you gotta be very careful in case they're trying to reset you. You shouldn't always just be pushing buttons, but jumping back and blocking.
Yeah, one thing I want to see from Verry also is less of the random wolf shoots on the ground, since it's very unsafe if you whiff, and it's not very, like, hugely rewarding from just a random hit from it.
Yeah.
It's kind of better to use in a reset or a combo.
Yeah, generally speaking, wolf shoot, generally speaking, Beowulf will use more like Wulfblitzer, jumping heavy punch, and stuff like that, or dashing mix-ups to do stuff, and that's generally more the neutral game. Wolf shoot is more, it's more niche. You might be more able to do it as a sort of trick. When people think you'll do Wulfblitzer, and then you actually do wolf shoot, and they'll block and they'll get a grab. So saying that from Verry, he cancelled very quickly into an Airwolf, which, generally speaking, you shouldn't be quite as trigger happy with your supers. Like, meter is a very, very useful resource. You should try to go for combos and maybe finish them more with supers, or try to DHC.
Yeah, exactly. Or supers are useful for a number of reasons, so it's not really wise to use the resource in a manner that doesn't really result in big damage or something equally as useful like a reversal.
Yeah.
So, like, meter is something that you want to be saving to spend basically where it counts. So, like, spend it when you want to kill a character, or if you're in danger and you need a quick invincible reversal, which is another great use of supers.
Yeah. So really, when you're using meter, you gotta think about why you're using meter, not just to add extra damage, because that might allow your enemy to actually tag out and be able to regen a lot of the HP. I kind of like that Verry did sort of tick throw.
One thing that I'm seeing Verry is when you get a random grab like that, Beowulf has conversions that he can get from his normal ground grab very easily.
Ooh, I would not have tried for a grab.
Tag on some damage.
Yeah. Generally speaking, Beowulf has a very easy time converting. There are very few attacks he does that he can't do something off of. Alright, gonna see Spitter Super. Generally speaking, though, we say that, like, you should be very careful how you use supers. That's a very good DHC, by the way. He was very low on, he was getting low on life, and he's gonna be able to regen. That was a bit of a cross-up, I think. So, I'm not sure if that was intentional, but that's a way to do a reset.
Yeah, that looked like an intentional reset. That's a pretty known Cerebella reset, so...
Ooh, good tech, good tech. Generally speaking, I think that when it's Cerebella, if you're getting that close, you should be trying for command grabs, not just normal grabs, because they're you can't.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, and like that, you can't really convert off a diamond drop. That was an excellent Cerebella. So you gotta see that Verry Beowulf his jumping heavy punch is sort of infamous for how good it is. So you're gonna see a lot of Beowulfs just jump around, and Cerebella has ways to counter. He just, not only does she have Cerebella, which is used very well there, but she also has Devil Horns, which can function as a anti-air.
Yep, Devil Horn's a pretty useful tool. It's a DP, so it's invincible, and hits behind her as well. So it's a good tool against Beowulf cross-ups and things like that. One thing that I saw from Verry that I would like to see from more people who play solo characters, or in general just more people, is a snap there. So if you're playing a solo character and you have red health, you can snap your opponent character and gain some of that red health back, as well as eliminating their other character's red health. So there's a situation there where Verry could have gone to snap and, gotten a lot of health back, as well as removed a lot of the red health of his opponent.
Yep, absolutely.
So that's something that you should be looking to do.
Yeah, and I think mainly what is winning Insignium these games right now is the fact that he's able to convert off of he's getting some pretty good combos in there. He's actually converting. He's getting damage off of his few hits, while Verry sort of is not quite as able to get things off to get any real damage off of his few hit confirms.
Oh, good wolf shoot there though to punish the
yeah. Beowulf.
But I feel like Verry's relying way too much on his grapple game, because I mean you can see him just spamming grabs essentially.
Yeah,
But
and
you need to be able to mix it up.
And I also saw that he was trying to do Wulfblitzer there very close, which is something you usually don't do, simply because it's not extremely unsafe, but it's about on startup.
Oh no,
Oh,
unfortunate drop.
yeah, that
But
could.
he gets the jumping card punch anyway.
And that was, while he missed that, that was a very smart usage of meter. He to finish off Eliza, and now Insignium is down. He doesn't have an assist character, and he's got a lot better scaling. So he's gonna be able to do a lot more damage than Cerebell is.
Insignium gets a hit though.
Yeah.
I like his the Oki game he had there with Cerebella getting the knockdown and then charging forward. But one thing Verry could have done was text.
I like that Insignium does have that cross-up reset that he does with the jumping heavy kick, and it works very well, but that's the only reset he's doing, and that's eventually going to be very, very predictable. So if you're going to do a lot of resets, you've got to have several of them.
Exactly. You have to have variations as well.
Yeah.
So like when you're part of actually not a part, a large part of Skullgirl's reset game is a concept that we call 50-50. So essentially, you have two variations of the same reset, but one is like say, for this example, a command grab. So like, let's say, Merry-Go-Rilla.
Yeah.
So that's one version. So you have a Merry-Go-Rilla reset, but let's say you have an alternate version of that reset that is a crouching light kick. That is what we like to call a 50-50, which means that you either have to guess, so jump up and avoid the command grab, or you have to block down back to avoid the crouching light kick.
Right.
So basically you flip a coin and say, alright, what reset do I think he's going to do? And it's very effective because, I mean, even the best player half the time cannot guess on a random 50-50. Like, it's flipping a coin. There's only so much you can do in prediction-wise.
Absolutely. So we're gonna get TheOvert versus Rixta. I'm invited TheOvert to the lobby, but I can't see Rixta in Steam chat, and TheOvert just disconnected. I'm gonna look at the registration sheet quickly to see if they have any other names or something they're using. But yeah, so I really think that what gave Insignium the match there was mainly that he was able to get a lot of damage off of his hit confirms.
Alright, so Overt's back in chat now, so
right.
You can invite him.
Good. But generally speaking, like, you see that they got maybe roughly the same of openings, like they maybe hit each other roughly the same amount of times, but Insignium was actually able to do things off it. He was able to squeeze out a lot of damage out of it. And that...
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, what I was seeing was a lot of like grabs into like the simple Beowulf like max damage finisher, but you can get more damage out of a conversion from like a headbutt or something.
Yeah.
And a light punch afterwards, and then just doing a simple chain into another grab, and you'll get more damage out that way. Like you can still like do the grab finisher that you've been trying to do before, but you can get more damage just by adding a couple extra normals and a special in there.
Pretty much. Not seeing Rixta right now, so yeah, apparently Rixta, aka Ricochet, but I'm not seeing any of those names in Steam chat. Yeah.
Unfortunate.
So I think
I guess we'll give him the standard amount of time to show up.
5 minutes.
Yeah, 3 minutes. I thought it was something like that.
Alright,
I wouldn't give him.
Well, he's not even in Steam chat, so I'm pretty comfortable looking 3 minutes. It's 17 past 7 right now, so I'll give him to 20 past. Right. Overt, I know Overt is left again, but I know he's been having problems.
Yeah,
with his internet.
And
he mentioned that, so
I guess
it's not a problem.
Yeah, so while we wait, I suppose we can talk about some Beowulf game stuff for Verry, since he was unfortunately the loser of that set.
Sure.
So one thing to note about Beowulf, I saw you using Grindokilla a lot, which of course it's tempting to use because it's the maximum damage possible, but the thing about using Grindokilla is that it gives you the farthest possible tech chase, which means that your opponent can get the farthest possible away from you. So they have some time to reset neutral game, and essentially, like, get a moment to breathe. Bulldog Finisher is the least possible tech chase that Beowulf has. Actually, no, it's the second. Fisherman Slam is actually the least possible tech chase. It's easiest to chase. But Bulldog is the second easiest to chase, which means that you can get back in their face quickly, and the neutral game isn't as chaotic afterwards. And then, lastly, you want to kind of look into doing the hard knockdowns and the crumpling knockdown, which Beowulf has, which is the chair dance. and the Dockstar Press. I can't actually remember. I think it's Canis Manager Press. I think is the name of the finisher.
I believe it's Canis Major, yeah. But I might be wrong.
So
You can
you,
probably... that doesn't
you
really
want to
matter.
look into those because those are hard knockdowns, which basically means that your opponent can't do anything to tech away, so they're stuck in that one spot, and then you can get a setup on their wake up. So that means like you can go for an overhead, which Beowulf has a ton of, or you can go for a cross up, or you can go for a low, and he also has a standing low, which is very powerful. So that's kind of what Beowulf's whole game revolves around, is getting those hard knockdowns and then getting the set play, so to speak, afterwards, which is, you know, alright, what play am I going to do to try to break my opponent's defense after they wake up from the hard knockdown?
Yeah, and it's worth mentioning that Beowulf is considered to have one of the best neutral games because he has it's just pretty insane both cross-up and mix-up opportunities. His dash puts him in the his forward dash specifically actually puts him in the air for a couple of frames, and that allows him to do instant overheads essentially. And then he has a very quick crouching light kick, and of course all of his command grabs and etc. So it's very like if you do a hard knockdown, you have, I think it's roughly 47 frames plus from the Canis Major Press, for example, and that allows you to do, you can do pretty much whatever you want. You can just set up for a cross-up, like an overhead cross-up, a mix-up, a grab. It's pretty insane how much you can do of that. So Rikta is not showing up, and TheOvert has specifically requested that because connection is a bit unstable, he'll he wants us to delay his match till the end of the beginners bracket, so we'll get Gamez versus Bitjump up here instead.
Alrighty then. So, are we delaying the match then, or are we DQing Riksta?
I guess it doesn't really matter because, like, if he doesn't show up, I mean, TheOvert wants us to push it back, so I guess there's no like harm in letting Riksta have a bit of an extra grace period, so to speak.
Yeah, so the one thing that is important to that is, you know, of course, our three-strike policy, so...
Yeah. But, like, the EU segment has absolutely has no time. Okay, so I'm seeing neither of them in Steam chat. That's
oh boy.
Not good.
Come on, guys.
I don't know.
Do they have any names that they go by?
I'll check. Gamez is also called Temp Gamers, and let's see, Bitjump is just called Bitjump. Okay, Absolute Max is saying that he's Gamez' friend. Let's see if he knows anything. Apparently he's not online at all.
That's unfortunate.
That is very unfortunate.
Alright, I guess the standard grace period.
Alright, 3 minutes.
3 minutes, oh boy. So, I guess we've got some time. We talked about Beowulf, and as much as I want to talk about for Beowulf as a beginner, so, anything you want to talk about? Anything cool going on in your life?
Yeah, something very exciting right about now. I just managed to contact Kai, and he's gonna change the stream title for us.
Oh, nice! Perfect.
I'm just gonna...
I'm
sorry, I'm just keeping very close look at the Steam chat just in case he shows up, because it would be very unfortunate if he showed up and then I missed him. That makes me the asshole.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah.
But well,
it's not looking good right about now.
Come on, guys, you gotta show up to your matches. Where are you guys at? Come on. It's hard to run a stream if you have a promise from someone that you're gonna show up and then you don't show up.
Whoops. I need to turn off my Steam notifications. And then that little noise. There we go. Yeah.
So Gamez was on an hour ago and he said it's Germany time zone, right? If so, then I'm in the same time zone. Neat.
Yeah, it's Central European summertime, so which is like I think Germany is summertime. I'm pretty sure about that. So it should just be like 7 p.m. for him. So.
Oh, apparently I'm kind of quiet. Try to boost my microphone.
Alright, you can do that. No.
Let me go mess with the TeamSpeak real quick.
So, still not seeing him show up. This is unfortunate.
Okay, hopefully this is a little bit better.
Sounds alright, I know. I guess we'll have to see. there's not really a lot I can talk about right now. You know, I think I've said I've said what I can about the match that was, and I think I've, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, we could spend another 3 minutes just lecturing people about showing up in time, but you know that you're supposed to do that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I know.
uh,
Alright then, so, alright, I guess we'll go ahead and put a strike down for,
games and bit jump. Yeah.
yep.
Let me see. Next up is Joeymeister versus Jazz Massive. And after that it's Coolguyomega versus Jazz Massive. Actually, I suppose because right now we have Jazz Massive playing 2, but I suppose that if Rixta doesn't show up, we could just pit TheOvert versus Coolguyomega instead.
Yeah, that would be fair, I suppose.
All right, so we're gonna get Joeymeister and Jazz Massive on deck. All right, up now, I guess.
I know they're both in chat, so...
Excellent. If
Good job, guys. You get a golden star for showing up.
if they somehow like manage to miss out on it now, that's just extra disappointment.
Oh, yeah, no kidding, right?
But I'll tentatively update Coolguyomega versus TheOvert as the next up on deck. Right, Jazz Massive is in. Joeymeister.
Alright, just gotta get Joeymeister in here now.
He's in Skullgirls, so I'm like at worst he might be in a match currently, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Can't find the lobby.
Join. I'll
It is not an open lobby. You just have to join either me or Nodscouter, or we've also invited you, if you can check.
Yeah, so because I'm not friends with him, there's a thing that like, if you're not friends with someone and someone invites you to a game, you have to click like, you know, it gets on your
You
Steam.
have to like accept a chat request or something.
Yeah, so you have to look at your Steam overlay. You gotta accept the chat request, and then you gotta accept the invite. But it looks like it wasn't any major technical problem, so yeah, we'll get the show on the road.
Alrighty. Yep, let's get the show on the road.
All right. So Jazz Massive usually plays
Big
Misfortune.
Man, right?
No,
Misfortune Big Man?
no, he doesn't play Big Ben, and I know his name is
Really? I
misleading.
swore I've seen him play. I've sworn I've seen him play Big Ben
I,
before.
I know he plays Misfortune is his big one, but he also plays like Cerebella. I think he plays Parasol as well. We'll see. I saw Valentine pop up, but I don't.
I'm pretty sure that's for Joey.
All right.
I have never seen Joe's message. Before,
yes,
so.
Absolute here. There's a list for competitors. I'll link it in the chat.
Oh, yeah, it is Joey. Yeah, it is Joeymeister playing Valentine, and with a Anchor Beowulf, it looks like.
So Jazz Massive is not playing Fortune today. He's playing Squiggly. All right, that's interesting. Oh, that's a bit Sometimes,
yeah.
Sometimes when you hit with crouching medium punch, you're gonna be out of range. One way to fix that is to crouching heavy punch and then link that into silver cord. It's gonna scale your combo a bit more, but it will allow you to convert off of a bit of a distant crouching medium kick.
Oh, a little bit of lag for me, but don't know if you're getting that on your end.
It's looking fine for me. Alright, Just Massive, I'm liking that he's doing a lot of mix-up resets by the looks of it. He's doing it very well. He's catching Joeymeister out and a lot of that. So, observation quickly is that Beowulf here is using, for example, his jumping medium punch, but generally speaking, because it's got pretty short range, it's not a fantastic neutral tool. I think I would rather see him using jumping heavy punch, like right there, that he did a overhead cross-up.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yep, well, I wasn't a cross-up, but oh, there.
Ooh.
Yeah, I guess I'm a little bit delayed.
Stance cancel, very nice.
Yeah, looks like Jazz has some serious cancel stuff, so...
Yeah, it's very nice, because stance cancel is not just to extend your combos, like, you know, with Squilly, if you to go from a normal combo to a stanceling combo, it gives you maybe like 2 or 3k extra damage, which is pretty damn good. But on top of that, it's also a case of, you can do some very, very nice resets, for example, just ending in a standing heavy punch and then stanceling directly into a crouching light kick or a forward standing heavy punch with an overhead. So I'm liking that.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh
I
fuck!
definitely like to see stancels from the Squiggly. What happened?
I did forget the overlay.
You did forget the overlay. I knew it.
I told you to remind me.
Oh hey, it's Nightbot.
Yeah, looks like we finally got a Nightbot in here. Not. Who? I guess Kai must have fixed that, which is nice.
Yep. Thank you, Kai.
Thank
If you're
you, Kai.
listening.
Alright, well, we're really sorry about that, guys.
Alright, well, back
but,
into the game now.
Yeah, but at least, like, the advice is still true, at least.
Yeah.
So, same teams? Ooh, getting a bit of
Yep,
lag
same
here.
teams.
Getting a bit of lag here. I think this might be a drop.
That was an interesting reset, but
Oh.
yeah, that was a little bit of drop there.
I'm still stuck.
So one thing I'd like to see from you're stuck?
Yeah, I'm stuck. Yeah,
Oh.
it just dropped.
Yeah.
Alright.
I guess we'll do some radio girls now.
Alright. Go ahead.
So one thing I'd like to see Joeymeister is maybe some lab time. You know, just spend a little bit of time in the training room and work on not dropping the combos and a little bit of blocking. So maybe try against some AI, go online and just try blocking.
Yeah,
Work on your defense game a little bit.
One thing I've been seeing a lot when it comes to dropping combos is that I see them dropping the light into the medium kick, or like light into mediums in general. And the thing is that most mediums are plus on block, they're very safe. So it's alright if you work into like muscle memory to just go light medium at all times, because generally speaking the conversion from a medium to a heavy is a lot easier than a light to a medium. Yeah. That's all I had, because I can't see the match.
Oh, and I don't know if that was an input error there, but full screen Gigan Arm is probably not the greatest idea, since it's very unsafe on block, and it's pretty easy to see coming. It's not the fastest.
Yeah. You can go ahead and commentate more if you want, because I don't really have anything to say.
Yeah. Right now they're just kind of playing a little neutral game. Not too much to say, but a couple things Joeymeister could be working on is, like I said before, is defense. So just work on your defense game a little bit. Try blocking on. I have a kind of a hard time finding a good way to explain to people how to block, but I think the best method I've found thus far is to go play against the highest difficulty AI and just try blocking that. Like, just don't even bother fighting. Just try blocking for a very long time.
I do think that, like, generally speaking, blocking is definitely one of those things that you really gotta you can't go into training mode and try it. You really gotta play online. But it's like something that I know that it's been said a lot of times, but in case you haven't heard it, like, generally speaking, if they're on the ground, block low. If they're jumping, block high. And even if there are overheads, they're generally slow enough that you can reaction block them. Not easily, but you can. Jazzmaster is gonna swap out his Squiggly to Misfortune. Interesting choice.
Yep. There's also
what
Joeymeister
is
AFK there. Something wrong?
Yeah, he's not doing anything. Let me check Steam quickly if he's...
I don't know. Looks
Joey?
like
Oh,
I haven't
okay.
seen anything.
He's back. He's back.
Alright, he's back. Alright.
And Jazzmaster is gonna get an opening anyway. They're just jumping over a lot. I think Joeymeister, he's using jumping heavy punch, which is Valentine has it's a very wide arc and it's very useful in neutral because you can get a hit.
Yep.
Very safely.
Also, it moves your hurt box back, so it's a very useful move. A lot of Valentine's moves her hurt box back, so she has a very good neutral game because of that.
Yeah, and I'm liking actually.
It's actually a very similar case with Fortune.
Yeah, but I'm liking that because Jazzmaster noticed that. Oh, that's don't do raw supers, and that is not. Admittedly, he's gonna be able to regenerate a bit of health with Misfortune, but I think it would have been smarter just to not waste the
he
meter.
drops the medium, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh, that was. I don't think that was a reset because Serocopter is very unsafe on block. So that might have been a reset though. The delayed crushing light kick.
Yep.
All right, Jasper's gonna take it quite handily. So that's the third game. I'm gonna go back to.
So one thing I'd like to say to Joey is basically, just spend some time into the training room. Head there, try working on your combos a bit. Make sure that you can try practicing, light, medium, heavy, special, and then super even. Like, just practice that rhythm and get that down, canceling each into the next, because, it's very important for most combo games. So you're gonna want to try to get that down.
Yeah. So, because from what I can see, was it Rixta? Yeah, Rixta still not shown up. I think we're just gonna go ahead and strike him, and we're gonna say Coolguyomega versus TheOvert.
Alright. Thanks for coming, Jazz. Sorry you didn't get to play both of your matches, but you know, in the interest of being fair, you know,
Yeah.
we wouldn't like to, you know, take Overt out of a match that he could have potentially played. You know,
Yeah.
as you know, we are a communist regime. We must spread the wealth to all the proletariat.
I just wanted to leave that hanging there. Because that's a perfect, like, once we get more viewers, someone's gonna copy that and then make it into a remix or something. It's gonna be great. So Coolguyomega's here, and Overt is starting up Skullgirls from what I can see. Yeah, it's crashed, so yeah, let's invite him again. Alright. But yeah, generally speaking, I do think, like, you shouldn't continue a combo that you missed, but like just going light and medium on someone who's blocking is usually like 100% fine. I don't think there's a single medium in the game that's unsafe on block. I might be wrong on that.
I think, yeah, you're probably wrong on that, but I think there's a couple that I think that there might be like one or two maybe that are unsafe, but there's probably most of them, if not R plus or break even at least.
We're gonna see a squiggly mirror. Very interesting.
Huh. Dual squiggly mirrors. We got okay, collusion.
Collusion boys.
Collusion.
I guess they might.
I don't know what's going on. Hello?
Hello. Yeah.
Guys. As funny as this is, you really need to play your match.
Okay. They might. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. They might be just testing out their connection. Okay, guys. Please. I'm gonna.
Guys, play your match, please.
Okay. Coolguyomega is moving. I'm gonna be very careful there. Okay. Ooh, shouldn't do tremolo when your opponent is on the ground. And that's generally speaking, getting a bit of lag here in my hand. Generally speaking, crouching heavy punch. I would generally speaking, like, if you're just gonna hit it from a combo, you should do standing heavy punch instead, because it's easier to link into silver cord and it does more damage and less scaling. Don't
okay,
do.
I like that. That was interesting. That
Yeah,
was a cool setup.
good. Ooh. Using the stagger there to push him up into the Squiggly Battle Opera. That was fancy, but that was good daisy pusher. Coolguyomega saw that the TheOvert was gonna.
Raw silver cord connects.
Yeah, I'm not liking all of the silver cords. They're very unsafe. Unless you're very, very close and you hit it in a block string, it's very, very unsafe.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I see both of the players are jumping around a bit, and that's exactly when you don't want to do silver cord.
Yeah.
And I'm liking that both of these players are being very smart about, like, charging their stances up when they get a chance. That's something that I always think that as Squiggly players you should always do. That opportunity just as have a sort of muscle memory and get it into your system. Always charge up stances when you have a chance.
Yep.
Oh, good dodge out of the daisy pusher.
Yeah, good jump out of the daisy pusher.
So,
see that the silver cord's gonna get punished.
Yep, that's gonna be a
Silver
hit.
cord is a good tool, but it's not the best tool in neutral. You know, you can't just randomly throw that out there because you'll get punished. Ooh, and unfortunately, he backdashes and doesn't get the follow up.
I'm seeing a lot of input errors here, and that's just, we can't really say anything about that. That's just getting to lap and train. I don't like the heavy dive kicks. Heavy dive kick is the only of the dive kicks to hit high, but it's extremely unsafe and pretty slow on startup too. So, generally speaking, you can't combo off a light kick, but you can do some resets off of a light kick. I'm gonna get the overlay up again. You can do some resets off of that, and that's generally speaking what you'll be using in the actual in the neutral, as well as like medium to start combos and lights to sort of cancel out if you're jumping heavy punches and jumping heavy kicks and so on.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and leave the squiggly talk to you because I do not know her that greatly.
I would like to see both players using things like jumping heavy punch and jumping heavy kick more in their combos, or in their neutral rather. Silver cord is absolutely not something you should be doing.
Yeah,
I
agree
also think that both.
wholeheartedly on that.
I also think that both players could be using her overhead, her forward standing heavy punch, which is
Oh
overhead.
boy, that was just like some kind of cartoon or something where they just sat there punching each other in turn.
Yeah, but as always, like, yeah, I'm just seeing a lot of combos dropped, and that's just, you know, it's not a difficult problem to fix. It's just get into training mode and work on it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm seeing a lot of. The thing is, Squiggly, her ground grab isn't fantastic. It's pretty. You have to be very very close to do it. It's not a big man grab. You got to be very careful when you use it because it does allow your opponent to capitalize if you miss. And I also think that because I'm seeing a lot of missed combos and so on, I think both players could be better about punishing the opponent.
Yep.
But one thing I'll say that I like that both players are sort of varying what moves they're using. Like when it comes to low and high, like when they're on the ground they're using lows, and when they're jumping around they're using the highs.
Yeah.
So it's some basic mix up the game, but it's absolutely sufficient for where they are.
Yeah, and I like that Coolguyomega is using the Daisy Pusher as a reversal, because
Yeah.
he knows that Overt's going to be pressing buttons on the ground. One thing that I haven't seen him do, though, is get the follow-up for it. I mean, he's landed like 4 or 5 yet, but he still hasn't gotten the follow-up.
So because both players are jumping around a lot, they're doing, for example, jumping medium kick in the air, there are ways for Squiggly to punish that. For example, the tilted or upwards Squiggly Battle Upper is one way. You can also do, for example, Dragon Punch. If it's charged, it has invulnerable startup. Squiggly isn't quite as good at anti-air as someone like Cerebella, but she can absolutely, she does have tools to deal with anti-air. That's a good run up and grab, and I think Coolguyomega should have been able to punish that, or to prevent that.
Yeah, and he should have been able to get a follow-up off that grab as well.
Good
So
tech, good
one
tech.
thing I'm noticing, it's good tech, but one thing I'm noticing a lot from Coolguyomega is that he's relying far too much on Daisy Pusher reversals.
Yeah.
And Overt could definitely be taking advantage of that, just by, not pressing a button.
Yeah.
You can easily jump out of Daisy Pusher even if you're down backing by just holding up as soon as you see it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty easy to get out of. Daisy Pusher.
Like this pusher is sort of what you'd consider Squiggly's oh shit button, the way she gets out of pressure on wake up and so on. But it's very easily punchable just by either just jumping up or jumping forward, and you're gonna be able to punch her very easily. TheOvert's gonna switch to
and
Miss
you can
Fortune.
react to it post Super Flash as well.
Yeah. It's not ultimate showstopper where if you're on the ground and she hits ultimate showstopper, you're just gonna get grabbed. So
Yeah. Oh, and random silver cord works out because Overt was pressing a button.
yeah, absolutely, and that's one thing I really think that both players should be able to punish a lot more what the other player's doing. Both of them are using both of them were using silver cord a lot. So if the Overt was just jumping forward and blocking, he could have punished that very easily.
And there's another Daisy Pusher.
Yeah, so this is like Daisy Pusher and ultimate showstopper and every sort of like
Good overhead. And random snap?
Snap doesn't really do anything there because he didn't really have a lot of red health to lose and he didn't have any red health to gain. But yeah, like grab.
Well, yeah, I mean it is solo versus solo, so I don't think snapping does anything.
No, that's also true. Yes. But yeah, like Absolute will follow this like grab wake, super grab wake ups like ultimate showstopper and such. Just jumping up or jumping neutral works. I'm gonna get kicked. Yeah.
Yeah, I just got booted, so.
That's unfortunate, but did they get booted as well?
I don't think so. They haven't readied back up, so I assume they're still playing their match. Unless they're not.
I'll ask them. Oh yeah, Overt disconnected.
Yeah.
Right. We have another like hour and 20 minutes, and we only have like one more or two more matches scheduled. I guess we could wait for like 3 minutes.
Well, yeah, of course, we can get them in there.
And it's not okay. It's like
they've already shown that they've shown up. So
Yeah.
It's just
we're just
a little bit of delay due to internet.
they're definitely not gonna get a strike for this. They're just we might as well give you a grace period. Like NA stream might be a bit more hurried, so to speak, but this is we have all the time in the world. We're probably gonna do open lobby a bit after the intermediate section is done. So yeah, we'll wait for like 3 minutes or so.
And Saichi, asking, do I still count as a beginner after 50 hours? I'd actually say yeah. I'd
What?
say beginner goes all the way up to like 75 to 100, depending on how much you play the game and how much you've practiced.
Yeah, and there's like but beyond that, it all depends on the person playing. Like I still count myself as a beginner at like 150 hours, while I would say someone like Juliet was maybe not a beginner after 30. And I mean, it's hours is a very easy way to sort of gauge that as a sort of approximate way to say if you're a beginner or an intermediate, but it definitely does not apply to everyone. The best way, I would say, for you to determine if you're a beginner and intermediate, at least in the way Get Good defines that, is to just look at the stream. Like, do you think you're on the level of the beginners, or do you think you're on the level on the intermediates? And,
And if you're somewhere in between, then just ask and we'll kind of determine
yeah,
where you belong.
and it's the case also, like, there's a lot of variation in the intermediate bracket too. Like, some players might be able to pull off resets very quickly, but still, or like very easily, but they might still feel they're beginners because they drop combos, or they have very poor neutral game. It's really difficult to say where the line is drawn here.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's always something that you can be improving on, even as like an advanced player.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
I get called out all the time for mashing reversals too predictably, or getting counter hit all the time.
Counter.
I'm also a dirty dropper, dirty combo dropper.
So we're seeing some kappas happening in chat right now. Excellent. That's how you know we're a real. Oh, the Avert is back. That's like
Alright, sweet.
that was about 15 seconds before I was gonna go. Fuck it, let's do next match. So good mental reads and timing.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll take off overlay in a second. Don't worry, chat. I've got this under control, sort of. I'm a professional.
And Gamers is back. Sorry, man, you missed out. That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, I think we already gave you a strike.
I haven't written down anything. I'll say that. But you didn't show up in time.
Oh, Nodscouter, you big softy.
Alright. Yes, so Overt is just dropping combos again, and that's once again just get into training mode and churn that out and make sure you're not dropping them. I like that.
Yeah,
Cool
I'd
guy.
really like to see Coolguyomega get a follow-up from Gravedigger, or not Gravedigger, I'm sorry, Daisy Pusher rather.
Yeah, because it looks when they crumple together that's a crumple. It's not a stagger. They can't shake out of it, so it's very easy to do a follow-up. If you're very careful with how you time that, you can actually fully charge a stance and then actually get a follow-up out of Daisy Pusher.
Oh, please. Alright, so, Coolguyomega, if they are in a crumple like that, you can get, like, any kind of follow-up. You can even start with the heavy.
Yeah. Just very.
Assuming you don't trigger IPS because of that.
I think I would like to see TheOvert use less jumping heavy kick because it's very slow startup. I think jumping heavy punch is a lot more useful for Misfortune players. You can follow up ground grabs with Misfortune with a heavy cat scratch. You can't really. Ooh, excellent.
Ooh.
That was a bit of a punish. It
Drops the combo, but
drops-
it gets the head hit.
It drops the combo, but it at least did something, and that's good. He's starting to understand that he needs to punish things. Good. He saw that Coolguyomega's blocking high just in case an Elgato came in, so he went for the low instead of the high. Very smart.
Yep.
So
And one thing to note, we were talking a little bit about this earlier, is that overheads are typically more reactable than lows. So if you're in doubt during a cat scratch, if Fortune's going to go low or high, always start blocking low.
Yeah.
And then if you see a cat scratch coming, or not cat scratch, Elgato rather, then start blocking high.
Yeah. So I'm seeing a lot of like Coolguyomega is actually being very smart about his use. Ooh, he gets hit high there anyway. But he's being very smart about using this pusher, and I like that. But it could be exploited by the Avert at any point.
Yeah, exactly.
But it is working, and as long as it's working, keep doing it. So,
one thing I noticed is that Avert has Rainbow, so you should definitely be using some meter.
yeah, it's in 1v1s. There's essentially no reason not to use meter like at the end of combos and so on. But not raw.
Not raw, or after a block.
I see that Coolguyomega missed sort of No, don't.
Oh,
This pusher,
unfortunate.
this pusher
Unfortunate
always
Daisy
use it.
pusher, but
Yeah,
doesn't get the follow up. But I like the head pressure. It's good.
yeah. That's another thing. Like as much as like when Squig.
Ooh, unfortunate.
Yeah, yeah.
On the very edge of that hitbox there.
Absolutely. That was 3 games, right? I mean, technically 4, but that was it. I think. Right. I'm waiting for confirmation. Wait.
I'm pretty sure that is the last match.
Alright, good. But yeah, like, this pusher, you always gotta be careful, like, not to mash it out. You gotta make sure that your opponent's actually pressuring you before you use it, not just, like, when they're across the screen, because that's very easy to punish for most characters. Alright, so, with that, that's the beginner section done, and we're gonna move into Wulfblitzer versus Makzutheamazing. And I'm gonna update the match thing on the overlay.
Do we have a parry on our list, our match list?
A parry?
Yeah, a parry Noid or something. I think that was his name.
Not according to the schedule that Waifu put up.
Yeah, this is the schedule. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. You might not have. Are you on US?
Oh,
Are you NA?
I can't see him.
Okay.
He's not.
NA is in an hour.
Oh, okay. Thank God.
Roundabout.
Because I just checked the registration sheet and he definitely didn't sign up there. But yeah, we're gonna get Wulfblitzer and we're gonna get Makzutheamazing in here. Ah, damn it.
Alright, Maku is in here. Wulfblitzer is also in here, so we'll.
Yep, both are invited.
Invite them.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's a lot of supers that it can be used when someone's pressuring you, like directly on startup. You can use, for example, Gigantic Arm, Supersonic Jazz, Ultimate Showstopper, Daisy Push, etc. But pretty much all of these, if you see them, if you can bait them out, and if they don't hit, they're extremely easy to punish. So you gotta be very careful with how to use them. And I would say that none of them should ever really be used in neutral. Like maybe Gigantic Arm to punish a zoner sometimes, but like very rarely. I would say never use them in neutral in general.
There's some that you can use in neutral, like cat heads and other supers that are very rarely safe on block or very hard to punish.
Yeah, but more like this the supers like those who are specifically wake up or do
Yeah.
Those are like there are definitely fringe uses for them, but I would say that don't mash them out in neutral. Daisy Pusher is very like I think I like to think of Daisy Pusher as sort of a parry of anything. Like you should, if you're ever using them in neutral, you need to be very sure that you're gonna hit, and most of the time you can't be that sure. Makzu jumped out, so
yeah, he said that he was turning his sounds down.
Alright, he's back.
We need Wulfblitzer in here. He's in chat, but
He's in chat and he's in Skullgirls.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, he apparently didn't know. Yeah, that's the thing, because I think that the whole Steam chat thing, or like when you're gonna accept a chat request, I don't think that actually like it doesn't produce any noise or anything, so it's a very annoying thing in general, but well, Steam is gonna be Steam, I guess. So yeah.
Alright, well, he's here, so I'm just waiting for him to get in there, and there he is. So, I'll take I'll hazard a wild guess as to who Wulfblitzer is going to play.
Misfortune.
And Makzu said that he was a Peacock main, so...
So if we're gonna see the Beowulf versus Peacock, then like I said that right off the bat, Beowulf has a fair few tools that can be used quite effectively. For example, Chairless, Crushing Heavy Kick, it reaches very far and has 2 hits of armor if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it's 2. You can also use the forward quarter circle hard punch, which is the hurting hurl hard. That's also a very useful tool in Beowulf's arsenal against Peacock, since it reaches very far, is invincible, so you can dodge a projectile or 2 with it, and it also leaves you chairless, which is what you want to be in this matchup.
Wulfblitzer is kind of sort of Parasol though, and Max also has Big Band, so it's going to be a bit more complicated than that. Don't like that Parasol starts off with jumping back, because that, as much as that's very safe, it's also it gives Peacock room that she really can use very effectively. Don't.
Oh, and yeah, I definitely agree with the tag out there though. I feel like the Parasol versus Peacock matchup is very bad.
And
No,
as much as you say that like raw tags are something you should never do, that's another, by the way, example of why you shouldn't use this mash supers in neutral. But like as much as we say that most raw tags you shouldn't use, Beowulf actually has a very safe raw tag.
and I'm not sure if I agree with that DHC there. While it did give him some extra damage, his Peacock wasn't in danger, and it used up all of his meter.
Yeah,
and it also leaves Big Band out. While Peacock normally builds a lot of meter, and she's a good character to get a lot of meter on, Big Band is kind of the opposite. He does not build meter very quickly. And good PBGC.
Good PBGC. That's another way. You shouldn't just use it, of course, on this way. Use on wake up. You can also use it during PBGCs. It's gonna get taunt off. Very smart.
Yep.
That's I don't like that giant step. It hit, but if you're close enough to hit with the actual pedal, you should not be using heavy. You should be using light or medium. Heavy giant step's absolutely something you use when you're about a screen away.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about this A trains being used in neutral. I'm not
Good emergency break.
Yeah. I'm not seeing Wulfblitzer jump around that much, where I feel that Marcus should just be throwing up random A-trains. That's definitely also a brass knuckles that I think Wulfblitzer could have blocked.
Oh, and that random silent scope, not the greatest.
Nope. Ooh, that's gonna waste an entire taunt.
Super is weighted. Oh no, but he doesn't get a good punish. But he is going to be able to kill Big Band. Big Band could have teched there and gotten out of that.
I think so, yeah.
There was a blue bounce. So one thing to note is that if you see a teal or a blue bounce, that means that you can tech out of that situation. So you, it's not an actual true combo.
Taunt finish, very nice.
And a purple bounce is the one OTG you get in the combo.
Yeah.
That means that you can combo off of it.
So Peacock's taunt is one of the probably worst taunts that actually do something, because by the time you have some at least like a few seconds to actually do a taunt safely, you generally just want to focus that. If you're playing Peacock, you just want to focus that on setting up and getting as far away as you can. And like the actual reward you get for it isn't very good either. It just adds a bit of extra hit, stun, and damage to her item drop. So but you can definitely use it to finish a match like that. Alright, just gonna have him ready up again, and then we get into the second match.
Yep. And one thing I'd like to see Wulfblitzer do is maybe swap up what order he's playing his team, and maybe run Parasol as the anchor and Beowulf on point. Yep. Beowulf's going to be a lot more useful in Peacock against the Peacock on point.
So
in any situation, he's going to be more useful.
So you mentioned, for example, Hurling Hurl used versus Peacock, and it's a very simple sort of mix-up you can do with Beowulf. You can't really convert off of it immediately, but it's something you can do to get some damage on Peacock. It's to throw out a Hurling Hurl and then immediately go into a Crushing Heavy Kick, or so you can basically mix them up from afar, and it's very efficient, because you can also stagger the Crushing Heavy Kick a bit. You can delay it a bit, and it will that will change the order in which they have to block. It's very...
Yep, and another thing to note is that if you pick up from an OTG with Crushing Hard Kick, you can Wolf Arm as well, and get a follow-up. And I do like... Alright, so he did take my advice, and he did switch up to Beowulf on point.
Very smart. Not liking the Wulfblitzers. Definitely, first of all, not that close. You shouldn't really be using Wulfblitzer because of its long startup time, but it's also a case of, like... it does not have any armor or invulnerable frames, so it's definitely not something you want to use against Peacock. And he's
gonna miss the gigantic arm.
Yeah. I like the idea.
Makzu being good about not using very long projectiles, like long duration.
Yeah, he's not throwing up heavy bang, for example. Very smart. Ooh, that was a good mix-up, or so I staggered the.
Ooh, but speed extend gets called.
I think you could have blocked that. I think you gotta be a bit more careful with it. Ooh, good cross.
Oh, I do not agree with that teleport.
No, definitely.
You should counter hit this with arm. Alright, so if you see an Argus Agony, alright, he does get the counter hit finally that he was looking for.
Oh, he should have tagged out there, definitely. He should either tagged out or at least did a taunt. You do have good,
nice parry.
Very good parry. But yeah, like when you knock out a character, you have like a couple seconds to do whatever you want, and you can do. If you're playing a character with a taunt, you should probably taunt, or if you're low on health with your character, tag out, because that's gonna be safe.
Yeah, Wulfblitzer should be blocking these random brass knuckles though.
I saw Max try to do a heavy bit extend by the sound of it, and that's definitely not something you really want to do outside of a combo.
Yeah. Interesting raw tag, but has managed to get the hit.
Good A-train, and
yeah,
very smart, super. Now we should taunt. Very nice.
Yep. Yeah,
And it's gonna hit
I
again.
don't know. Wulfblitzer is kind of just getting the neutral game played on him by Big Ben. He's getting hit by a lot of brass knuckles and
Yeah.
day trains.
So we're
You just have
definitely.
to be careful playing against this character. Ooh, day train again. He's getting caught by those.
Yeah, so I like that I like that Max is actually sort of reading his opponent. He's seeing that Wulfblitzer is using a lot of jump ins, and he's being smarter.
Good parry.
And yeah, you can see that.
I like his parries. I
yeah.
can see that these are intentional enough.
Max is pretty smart about his reading his opponent. He managed to parry like the normal jumping heavy punch such from Parasol.
Oh, and
That was a bit
unfortunate attempt to punish this, punish this, punish this, punish this.
He could have flown away, like you.
Level 3, there we go, and that's gonna end the game.
Yeah.
But Maxu could have actually blocked there because he did not have the counter hit heart.
Yeah. So by the way, with Timpani Drive, something you can do is you can fly away, fly wherever you want to, really. So like if they start blocking, you can just fly back, and that's usually safe. So I don't like that he just went up because you're not gonna be able to do anything off of that. You can't be safe from that.
Yeah, exactly. The better option to do when you're using Timpani in like a situation like that, which was kind of random. Again, it's the super neutral syndrome, but
Yeah.
if you do get a Timpani, it's a lot harder to punish if you're very close to the ground.
Yeah.
I'd say it's like almost impossible to punish it unless you're using a jab.
We're gonna get into the third game here, and they're gonna keep their team compositions in order. So, yep, Wulfblitzer being their spot. About how he's
And I agree with the choices because I feel
Ooh.
like Peacock not on point is nowhere near as useful. And again, random gigantic arm, but you have to be looking for a good situation in which to use that.
He's definitely trying to get a hard read, but you should be like hard reads is definitely something you should generally not be doing. Like only if you're very confident that they're gonna do something, and you've got to time it very perfectly as well. I don't like that Wulfblitzer is doing jumping hammer punch so far away. Like if your opponent has a DP assist, like for example mid extend or updo, you should not be trying to punish the assist. Generally speaking, especially when you can't even hit. Especially you shouldn't do jumping hammer punch when you can't even hit the main character, the point character.
Alright, so I'd like to see Wulfblitzer do the hard knockdowns that we were talking about.
That was a good reset though.
He goes for the combo, but he gets the hit, and that should kill.
That's gonna be a kill. And he makes sure to slam it down onto the chair, which is very smart.
So he gets some hype, and now he's just running wild. And this is part of Beowulf's game, you want to get that, corner game.
So I saw that he delayed the grab. I think Maxu definitely could have gotten out of that. He Wulfblitzer delayed the grab quite a bit. So
Yep.
if you're gonna do wake ups, you gotta time them a bit better than that.
Oh no.
Yeah. Wulfblitzer's main problem here I'm seeing is definitely his supers in neutral, because they're so incredibly unsafe.
Interesting raw tag, but the Maxu manages to armor through. Oh, and misses the snap.
Yeah, that was very smart.
Another snap. That's 2 bars a meter wasted now.
Yeah, that was the first one was very smart. It's just that he fucked up the execution.
No.
But don't do snapbacks in neutral. There are almost no snapbacks in neutral that's gonna work out for you. Ooh, that was actually
almost manages to hit with a cymbal crash. So one thing to note is it's kind of hard to do the zoning with the napalm shots with Parasol and neutral against Big Band, unless you have some.
that was a smart cancel actually. I don't think so. I think he got counter hit. I may have been wrong, but from what I saw, he got.
I think he canceled into another normal after the crouching light kick. I think if he just blocked after the light kick, he would have done it. But Wulfblitzer ends up taking the set anyways.
That's
so
a good
set between these two.
Although I would say that that Wulfblitzer did hit with that Wulfblitzer. I definitely think that he should be a bit more careful with that. That could definitely get punished by beat extends with A trains. Beowulf has a lot of tools to deal with Wulfblitzers, I would say.
Yeah.
So yeah, those 3 games, and we're gonna kick Maxu, I believe. And we're gonna.
Yeah, I think is Wulfblitzer playing another?
Yes, he's gonna play another Absolute. So let me quickly change the text here. And so we're gonna kick Maxu, and we're gonna get Absolute in here. Is Absolute?
Yep.
Oh god. Apparently, because I turned off Steam notifications, Absolute messaged me 40 minutes ago asking when he was up.
Oh.
I'm really sorry about that. Yeah, anyway.
And then Absolute lose chat. But
he's in the game, so
he's in the game, so it does not matter. We're
Absolutely.
going in, boys. No fear.
Destination Darkness.
Oh no. Starting to get some lobby sounds. Oh no.
Let us pray for our lobby, granted to us by Mike C.
Yep.
What?
Mighty who art in heaven, hallowed be thy lobby.
Oh, whoops. No, I'm not sure I want to leave.
Thy lobby come, thy will be done.
Yeah, just go ahead and quote the entire Bible and swap out God to Marx and Maxi. Alright, so Absolute is going to play Solo Peacock, and Solo Peacock is one of the most unorthodox, is the way I'm going to put it, unorthodox solos to play. He could definitely combo that.
So without an assist in this matchup, I'd actually like to see him if he knows a rushdown Peacock strat.
Yeah, I'm liking that.
Playstyle.
Wulfblitzer's using Wulfblitzer a lot, and it's working because Absolute's not putting out any rushed air shows or other projectiles. Beowulf is definitely one of those characters that, while he's not great in the air, he's not like the best in the air, like say something like Pinwheel. He's definitely excels there with his jumping heavy punches and his Wulfblitzers. So I would definitely suggest that this is one of the cases where you really need to throw out a lot of your air shows. I don't like that Wulfblitzer switched out to Parasol. That's
I don't like this matchup in the slightest.
no, it's Parasol, like the Parasol versus Peacock is definitely what's commonly known as
Good push block into the Argus.
Yeah,
Wulfblitzer had a chance to block there. And
yeah.
he gets a level 3 counter hit, so that's nice. Also.
Yeah, but then like it wasn't a safe tag, and it wasn't a like he didn't regen a lot of health through it. It was like maybe 200, 300 health or something he regened, and he did like it made his matchup worse. He's gonna take a lot of chip damage there, which is one of the reasons that you should be a bit careful with letting out your chair, especially like Peacock.
Yep. And one thing I'd like to see Wulfblitzer doing, I noticed that he's trying to do the Wolf should B&B, but he's using the jump or the dash medium kick. Well, I think it's a little bit easier to link with the jump medium punch.
And there he got a very good setup. He like he got a knockdown, and then he jumped up into jumping heavy punch, which is gonna put him down.
Yep.
My internet dying or the stream. I'm not getting a lot of dropped frame stuff on my end. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but see if we can get it back up.
It's like it's still streaming, so I don't know.
Go away, Noot Noot.
I don't know. I'm not seeing any problems on mine. I mean, if you could give me any more information on what's going on, I would love it. But I can't really say anything else. So yeah, same mashups.
Looks like we're live to me. Also overlay.
Yeah, overlay is down.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
Maybe I'm just delayed then.
yeah. I put it down like roughly when we started, like the actual match.
Oh, okay, alright. Alright, so one thing I'd like to see is the hard knockdowns. So, I was talking about that earlier, but it really lets you get a nice setup.
Yeah, someone's mentioning that it's lagging low quality. Yes, it is. That's I can't do anything about that. I'm sorry.
Oh, and I see Apsolute, and he keeps trying to counter poke the jab, and it's not helping him, and Wulfblitzer's just going ham on him in the corner.
Yeah, I definitely think that Absolute could be using medium punch heavy bang, because Wulfblitzer's mainly doing just normal hit.
Oh, good teleport out of the giant arm, and good counter hit Argus.
Okay,
like
I'm a bit behind right now. Okay, I just saw giant arm.
Okay, but he catches the backdash with the giant arm, and that's going to be it for Absolute game 2.
Yeah. But I definitely think that Absolute could be used. He should be blocking high. First of all, that Wulfblitzer is definitely using the jumping heavy punch all the time to start up a combo when Absolute's getting up, and beyond that, you know, medium punch bang is immune to hits, and I'm not seeing Wulfblitzer do a lot of grab wake ups, so that definitely could be working out for him.
Yeah, I agree. You can also, just chicken block. A lot of his lows, weren't coming out. So like a lot of what Wulfblitzer was doing was not, like a low that would catch you on your jump arc, since you are vulnerable for like a couple frames while you're jumping up. So if people aren't doing that, you can always just actively up back, and the only thing that's gonna get you when you up back is a grab, if they're not actively trying to trap you while you're jumping. So. Chicken blocking is a good method.
People are complaining about the stream's quality and everything, but like, if I wasn't streaming, we wouldn't have a stream. So, like, your internet is worse than mine. Like, this is what we have. I'm sorry, but that's just the case. So, yeah.
So I don't know exactly what you're talking about with the blocking right after heavy item, but it's very possible that you just didn't block correctly.
Yeah. Because during an item block you can definitely block, so that's one way to sort of secure yourself. But like can drop it and block and everything. So I'm not sure. But yeah, Gigantic Arm is definitely very quick on startup, so I can understand if he's having problems blocking it. Alright, same teams, same order and everything.
Yep, same teams.
Oh,
and gets hit by the dart up chair, and good armors through with the crouching hard kick.
I don't like him seeing you use quite that much though, because Absolute could definitely be punishing the crouching heavy kick.
Oh, throws him out of the corner.
That's definitely not what you should be doing, because that's the least amount of damage of the grabs, of the grab finishers. And once again, we see the neutral gigantic arms. Definitely not something you should be doing. Oh, I think that could have been a punish.
Oh, and gets the grab out of the medium bang. So Wulfblitzer starting to mix grabs into the mix here. So I'd like to see Apsolute try the up back strategy, and that's gonna armor through.
I think Absolute needs to be doing teleports a lot more to try to teleport to the other side, because Wulfblitzer he's not like he's getting Absolute every time Absolute wakes up, and there are definitely ways to punish someone who's just doing wake up attacks.
So I think if Absolute gets a chance to get a hit in melee, if you look at all of his red health, if he gets a snap, that's an incredible amount of health. That's something not a lot of solo players really do a lot, is snapbacks. And the silent scope's gonna take it.
That was a smart silent scope though. I do approve.
Yeah, it was. It's one of the better tools in Paracel's arsenal against the Peacock. If you can get the silent scope out, it'll typically counter hit and get the knockdown, so Paracel can actually get in on Peacock. And I think that's gonna be it.
Yeah.
Showing up Apso.
That was 3 games.
Yep.
So we're gonna kick both of this, and thanks everyone for coming out, I guess, because that's the end of our schedule. So we still have another 50 hours before the NA stream.
50 hours? Oh boy.
Fuck. Another 50 minutes before the NA stream goes up. So yeah, anyone who wants to play can join, and it seems like we already got someone.
Yep.
Dino Kid.
Who do we have? We have Dino Kid.
We have Dino
I
Kid.
noticed that Dino Kid, I think you were saying something about not making the sign up in time. So
that's unfortunate.
if you always want to come, you know, there's always next week.
Yeah. So yeah, just waiting for someone else. I'll type in Twitch chat. Lobby is open.
Yep.
Just waiting for someone else to join. We're probably cutting the open lobby a bit. We're probably cutting it a bit earlier than we did last time, because by the looks of it, we're the ones who are going to be commentating the NA stream as well.
Yeah, I haven't gotten word back from Waifu, so.
And I would love to have like 10 minutes or something to just get something to drink. So.
Yep, I wholeheartedly agree. Looks like you're going to be coming into my domain.
Horrible.
Welcome to NA.
Are you going to be streaming that, by the way? Like, are you
streaming NA? No, I don't have any of the overlays or anything.
Alright,
so.
yeah.
Damn it. I am not set up yet.
Awesome, people get to complain about my internet even more. Oh, I'm so happy.
Yeah, right? Shoutouts to NA. It's gonna be a slaughter.
Yep. So I did put the overlay down, but I did have the mouse on screen for like 2 seconds, and I'm just guessing I get that now. So Cerebella's, both are starting Cerebella. Not sure about that starting BattleBot, because BattleBot is very unsafe on block.
Oh, he's using Heavy Forever Clone. I like that. I think that assist is actually really underused, but it's so powerful. Yeah,
it hits overhead, and it gives you. It's very difficult to punish it, because obviously it sends out a shadow. It's a projectile. I think it's a bit early to do a DHC. I definitely think that like it did add extra damage, and I think Verbal Vicodin's gonna be able to kill off of this. But there's he forgets where he is in
I
the
like
IPS.
his combos; they're good, but they can definitely be optimized a little bit.
Yeah, and he's hitting IPS a lot.
To keep track of IPS, yeah.
From what I can see, it does not look like any of Fuku's normal burst baits, so I definitely think he's just dropping them, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, but I do like his combos. Oh, that was a burst bait right there.
Yeah.
Yep. So.
I think, by the way, that Verbal Vicodin could have worked in a snap a lot earlier. Like he's gonna be able to take this match by the looks of it anyway. But he definitely could have killed a lot of red health on Cerebella. And that's gonna be it.
And I like his Fuku and Cerebella game. It's it could use a little bit of an improvement, but you know, I think it's pretty strong.
Yeah. So yeah.
For those of you watching, by the way, and thinking this is a little bit mismatched, the open lobby is a little bit different from the normal stream. Pretty much anybody is allowed to join an open lobby, excluding, like the Kill Sage or someone like that.
I think he's too good for us, to be quite honest.
Yeah,
He's somewhere in between Dino Kids and Wulfblitzer level of play, I think.
Yeah. I mean, he's a little strong. I think I put him in the intermediate bracket.
Yeah, he's got a reset or two. He's working on it.
Yeah. I heard he's got a pretty decent Bella. So.
That's all right. Could probably do it better after a couple of hours of practice. All right, so Dino Kid is gonna drop his Cerebella, and both of them.
Yep.
I don't think that could have been punished better. And he starts with a sweep, which is while I'm seeing that Wulfblitzer is using tumbling, I don't think he's using it enough to warrant using a sweep, because you can't combo off with sweeps.
Yep. So I like the battle butts in neutral for a certain amount of time, but then it kind of gets predictable and punishable. Ooh. Dino Kid gets hit low. Devil Horns gets a combo, but triggers IPS. So one thing I think, gets a hit, and that's gonna be the finish. And the disrespectful victory.
All right.
Ooh. This is a slaughter.
Yeah, Wulfblitzer is definitely taking this quite handily.
Feel kind of bad for Dino.
So yeah.
Poor boy.
What do you think Dino could be doing better? Because I'm seeing that I definitely think that he could be punishing. First of all, he could be punishing Wulfblitzer a lot better with some of the more safe moves that Vicodin is using, and secondly, he could be doing a lot less punishable.
Blocking. I mean, I think he could also just be blocking better. To be honest, that's I think the number one problem that plagues beginners and all the way up to intermediate players is dropping combos and not having the great defense game.
Yeah, and that's just something you gotta work on.
And that's something that just takes time.
Yeah, you'll never be able to perfect block everything, obviously, but it'll get better.
Exactly. Like
so,
we said, the typical tips is that if your opponent's on the ground, you want to be blocking low. If your opponent's jumping, block high.
Yeah, I'm not saying that like Verry did some very weird shuffling with tumbling around there at the start, and I'm not sure. I definitely think that Dino Kid could have found an opening there, between the tumbling round stop and the actual grab. So yeah.
And one thing to note about Cerebella is if Cerebella gets a hit on you and you block it, it is always wise to push block her.
Yeah. Or
because
just
otherwise, if you don't push block her, she will grab you.
Another, if you're sure about the defect she's about to do a command grab like the diamond drop or Margarilla, something you can also do is at the end of the block string you jump forward, because those are unsafe on whiff. But yeah, Wulfblitzer is gonna put Dino Kid in the corner here, and that's not. Oh, it wasn't blocking there, I think.
And interesting counter hit. So yeah, that's gonna be 3 and done. And one thing I saw that Vicodin was doing a lot was low jabs, but low jabs actually hit medium.
Yeah.
So you could block that either standing or crouching.
Yeah.
So
and that's gonna be it for those two matches. Someone lobby is open.
Yep. Lobby is open. Join on, boys. So if you were looking to get low hits, you're gonna want to do a crouching leg kick instead of a crouching jab. It's typically much better in every situation.
Oh no, Noot's now playing Skullgirls.
What? Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Go away, Noot.
The worst, the unimaginable has happened.
Oh no.
He's
found his way to he's found his way to EU.
Yeah, someone is asking in chat if Cerebella crouching light punch stopped linking on itself. I don't think light punch itself ever linked on itself. I think you can do Cerebella standing light punch into a crouching light punch, but I don't think you can do 2 crouching light punch in a row.
Yeah, you cannot link light punch into light punch. There's ways to get 2 chains with light punch, whether by doing a run stop combo or just by doing restands. You can get 2 light punches, but they've never ever linked into each other. You can do standing into crouching.
Yeah.
That's about it.
And I think that's sort of the confusion here. But yes, the standing light punch can go into itself. You can do standing light punch into crouching light punch. Can you do crouching light punch into standing light punch?
I do not believe so.
No, but there are a lot of other links you could do, and it really doesn't matter, because crouching light punch, and the difference between crouching and standing light punch is mostly just the height at which it hits.
And I think it's 50 damage.
Yeah, and then they hit roughly the same on startup. Frames are roughly the same, and they both hit mid. So yeah, Randy's gonna be doing Squiggly Eliza, which is Noot's Peacock Parasol double. I see Noot is gonna start just running away. Don't like that don't like that heavy bang bang bang. I definitely think he should be throwing out more George at the Air Show. That's sort of a universal thing for Peacock players that should be throwing out more George at the Air Show in general.
Yep, and alright, I want to see Eliza using boat here.
Yeah.
Sweep is completely projectile immune, so it can get through every single projectiles.
I definitely think it was a smart idea to tag out. He's going to take a little bit of damage, certainly, but Squiggly is very bad. She doesn't have very much mobility at all, while...
And, ooh, Seknet's gonna get it.
Yeah, he's not going to have a lot of meter to follow up with Setmet, and he recognized that and just instantly goes back. Very smart.
Oh, Noot misses his throw follow-up. Let's see if Randy can get a good combo in here.
Good catch.
Interesting combo.
Ooh,
Changes
that's...
sides, but drops it.
Yeah, they are...
Peacock hitting the ground, dissipating the headstone.
You can definitely, you could have linked that with, for example, crouching medium kick and standing medium kick. Both should have hit, and you could have continued to combo off that. And he's gonna lose his Eliza.
Yeah. He's gonna lose his Eliza, and I don't like Squiggly versus Peacock.
No,
to be honest, I don't
definitely
like
not.
any matchup versus Peacock.
You know, what a lot of people say as a suggestion for how to play Squiggly versus Peacock is the fact that she has center stage, but center stage is very slow on startup, and you can get hit by a lot of projectiles.
And level 3 is
should
never
not.
going to land.
You could definitely, she could have definitely gone into either cat heads for a save, for just normal save, or he could just
Or
have gone
car.
into car as to actually do more damage directly.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure where the level 3 was for, but we'll see. So, Randy in kind of a bad situation, as now Noot has fallen back to his patented zone double.
Yeah.
Oh, good flush
good
step.
Yeah, good cross up. It's cross up is one. I would say that's one of the easier cross ups to see in the game because it's definitely got a lot of recovery frames, so you can definitely switch block in time. But it's definitely not the easiest either, and it's definitely, I think Randy is more of a beginner, so it can definitely be difficult to see cross ups like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do like that he sort of hit like he definitely is a smart tag out to go into Eliza, even if that didn't help him in the end. It was definitely a thing, like he recognized that Squiggly wasn't going to do much in the situation, and he tagged out to a character with much better mobility and much better tools to deal with zoners. Noot is going to switch out Peacock for Valentine.
And he decides to go solo Eliza, and I just got booted.
I got booted as well. It seems like Noot
Okay,
left.
it looks like Noot disconnected. Noot is a dodger, confirmed on stream.
God damn it. Well, Ole is back up. Did Noot just leave 100%? Okay. So, one thing I guess I can say, like, in the meantime, while we're waiting for if Newton's gonna get back in here or someone else, definitely something you can do with Squiggly, if you can block a few projectiles at least with Squiggly Battle Opera, and that's something you can combo into from center stage, which, if the Peacock is just hammering out moves, you can definitely catch someone with that, you can actually hit them and go into combo from that. But a lot of smart Peacock players will actually sort of take breaks where they stop spamming projectiles and just block in case someone tries something like that and loses their meter and possibly get punished for it.
And another thing I'm sorry, continue. I didn't mean to
but we definitely saw it a lot when I think Wulfblitzer was playing. He was trying to get that gigantic arm in to punish Peacocks who just spam, but he got blocked all the time. And that's definitely a sign of a smart Peacock player, I think. Now you can go ahead.
And another thing to note is that when Peacocks are doing their standing hard punch, they can actually cancel that into a teleport, which can take them behind your opponent, which oftentimes will screw up a full screen reversal like that, or completely dodge it during the invincibility frames of the teleport.
Yep.
So a good Peacock will often, just stand there in the animation of a standing hard punch and dodge any kind of reversal that you try to throw at them with the teleport. It's kind of the strat that you use against Big Band or like Beowulf Gigantic Arm or Silent Scope or anything like that, because it'll let you get a free follow-up as well.
That's definitely something I would say that sort of marks where you go from a beginner Peacock to an intermediate Peacock. Is definitely seeing the teleport game, making sure to know when to teleport, because teleport is, if they're just waiting for you to come back out, you can definitely punish a teleport, but like if you're able to time your teleport very well to like avoid, for example, brass knuckles, that's a huge gain, and it also allows you to just get out of corners instantly.
Yep, exactly. Teleport is definitely a very important part of the Peacock game. I'd say it's, if not as important as the zone pattern that a Peacock has.
Yeah.
Which is a very big part of her game.
Yeah.
I also say that a good mark of Peacock transitioning to an intermediate Peacock is starting to get a bit of a melee game with her, starting to get that
Yeah, absolutely.
more rush down style.
Peacock is played as a zoner because she definitely has the zoner. She has a lot of tools to zone, and she doesn't really have a lot of, for example, stuff like Eliza. For example, she has like Horus's Dive of Horus. She has Science Bounce. She has a lot of she has a lot of melee specials, which Peacock doesn't have, but you can definitely still use her normals, etc. And she works very well as a rush down as well. So don't be afraid to go into melee range with her. Is pretty much my advice, and you should definitely know to be able to do that.
Yep.
So Randy, still waiting here. We got someone who joined.
Poor Randy, not getting a match.
Wait, someone who joined for a second and then left. So
Yeah.
still waiting. Lobby still open. Yeah.
Get in here, boys.
While we're doing that, I'm gonna get the registration sheet for NA up.
NA, yep. Gotta start getting ready for that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Streamer's life, man. So difficult.
Yep. Is there anything you wanted to talk about other than that? Anything that... I guess the motto of today is going to the training room, guys. Spend some time.
Definitely, that's like, you can say that to any player of Skullgirls. Just, practice. Practice it, like, for every, like, couple of hours you play on Quick Match something, just spend 1 hour or, like, even half an hour just practicing. Because there's a lot of stuff that you will learn online that you only can learn online while playing against other people. But there are also a lot of things that that deserves just going into the training room and practicing.
Yep, and another thing is, don't be afraid to go out there and look for content. You know, people like me and Nod spend a lot of time, providing content for newer players, to like learn and kind of embrace. There's lots of tech out there, and don't be afraid to go check out Skullheart or YouTube or whatever places provide Skullgirls content.
Oh God, someone joined TeamSpeak. Stompenstein.
Yo, alright, you guys want me out?
Yeah, go away, Stompenstein.
God damn it, alright.
Okay, but get back to the match. I'm seeing that.
Disconnected from your channel.
God damn it! Randy's using like crouching light kick into crouching medium kick into crouching heavy punch, and that's a pretty easy way. It's just an easy tip to how to optimize combos. Going into standing heavy punch is gonna do more damage. It's gonna scale less, and it's easier to combo into silver quarter to continue. So definitely, I think. That's definitely a mistake I see a lot of Squiggly players using, or doing, but that's something that's... You just see if you can make sure you get into muscle members use standing heavy punch instead of crouching heavy punch when you're in a combo.
Oh, so one thing that I don't like that Dino Kid is doing is I see, from his previous match as well, that I see him doing a lot of raw Savage bypasses.
Yeah.
I think he's using the light version, which is the most safe, but it's still not really wise because it leads you... Basically, I think it's like +0, or if anything, I think it's like -2 or something.
Yeah, it's I believe the light version is safe on block, but even so, it puts you into a bad position.
It puts you at disadvantage. So
yeah.
There's a thing called so there's safe on block and there's not safe on block, which is basically if your opponent can actually get a true punish on you for whatever you do. So in order to get a true punish, you have to have a move that has a faster startup than the recovery time of the last move you used.
Yeah.
And that's a punish or a counter hit. Now, there's moves in the game that are safe on block but still negative, and those moves leave you at something called disadvantage, which means the next move that you want to use, so like if you want to do a crouching light kick after a savage bypass, it means that your opponent will be faster no matter what. Essentially.
Pretty much. So I'm seeing Randy's doing a bit of stenciling here. That's gonna miss, and generally speaking, I think you. He's doing a lot of dive kicks. That's definitely it's the light and medium versions, but he can definitely. I think Dino Kid could try to jump in.
Jump up and punish those with like a jumping hard punch or a jumping hard kick.
I'm also seeing that Dino Kid is only blocking high. That's definitely something I think Randy could be utilizing, and it is definitely something he is doing. So definitely when Squiggly's on the ground or when most characters on the ground, block low. Because you can reaction block most overheads. They're slow enough for you to do that, even if it's difficult. But you essentially can't reaction block a low or like a crushing light kick.
Or I'd like to see Dino Kid just being more in general, like
And definitely
He's
not.
been playing most ground game, but Valentine is not a very good ground character.
So what we just saw was a safe tag without using a DHC, which is, you don't see that a lot, but it's definitely something you can use. There are a lot of characters whose tags are very easy to combo into and off of. And if you don't feel like you want to waste with mid there, that's definitely something you can do. I don't think there's much necessity for it there, because Squiggly wasn't. Wait, was it yeah, Squiggly wasn't very low, so there was essentially not a lot of reason to tag out. But it didn't matter because he didn't spend meter, and he didn't open himself up for a raw tag.
Alrighty.
So.
Alright, so what say we have what, one more match, and then I'm gonna go get ready for NA. I've yet to take a shower today, and I need to go grab something to eat. So
yeah. We'll do another set of 3. Let's just say this: we'll do another 3 matches, like a 3 rounds, and then we'll leave.
Sounds good.
Because some people are doing 2 matches and then leaving. So yeah.
Yep. Alright, sounds good.
I just wanted to disrespect level 3. Well, we here at Get Good always encourages disrespect as much as you can. Make sure to save meter until the end of the match and then use it after they're dead, or just do taunts to finish off your match.
Yes. But don't be dicks, guys. It's not nice.
There is a difference there, like, I do kinda hate big bands who bring out the medium punch and just play the trumpet for like 5 seconds. That's actually annoying, but just doing like a supersonic jazz, that's another thing. Gamez is gonna start with Beowulf and Valentine versus Dino Kid's Cerebella Valentine. It's gonna be a
so
grapple
Dino
off.
Kid picking up Cerebella real quick.
Yeah, so interesting here is of course that both of these are grapplers, but generally speaking, like Beowulf's command grabs are a lot slower than Cerebella's. So if they start going into grapple duels, Cerebella is gonna win. So I'm hoping that Gamez acknowledges that and does not try for that.
Ooh, interesting dash up grab. I like that.
Yeah, that's a good, this is a smart idea to do it like that.
So I'd like to see Dino Kid, the things like I said earlier, was definitely blocking, and I'd like to see him do more jumping.
That's a good DHC. It didn't do a lot of extra damage, but it did manage to switch out characters, and he's gonna be able to regenerate some health. Don't like that raw tag, and Gamez should have been able to punish that, I think. You should have been, like, generally speaking, like, a lot of people, when they get down to maybe 1/3 or 1/4 of health, they'll tag out no matter what. They'll just mash tag out, and that's something that you gotta get good at predicting it. You just gotta know that, yeah, roughly at this point in their health bar, they're gonna tag out, and then make sure to block and punish.
Yep.
Gamez is going to put Dino Kid in the corner again, and I'm noticing that Dino Kid is having a lot of problems dealing with resets. I didn't even see a counter hit icon there. I think Dino Kid just wasn't blocking, and that's something you need to do. Always, like, if you're in a combo, just hold back. Sometimes, like, obviously you need to protect grab resets as well, but like, if you're just in a combo and not doing anything like that, just hold back. That's gonna manage to block a lot of things. Because a lot of resets just sort of depend on you thinking that there's going to be a grab reset, and then you just hit them with something like a light kick or something else, just to hit them out of their own grab.
Yep. I like him using the standing hard punches in anti-air though, but you can't rely on the same move over and over.
Yeah, I think Dino Kid is being very predictable right now, and I think Gamez is going to be able to take advantage, for example, by raw tagging. Raw tagging is something we do not recommend, but if you're noticing that someone is just using one move, that's something you can do. Good DHC. Good DHC.
And that's gonna finish it, I think.
Yeah. Alright, that's gonna be
the Dino died with 5 meter, so I definitely think he could have been using meter there as well.
Yeah. Alright. Give a second, I'm gonna grab a few crisps here.
Crisps? What are you, some kind of Britain man?
I don't know, you're some kind of American.
Hello? No bully, please.
You're some kind of dirty colonial.
Wow.
We'll get you back eventually, don't worry about it.
We'll get you back eventually?
Yeah, we'll return you to civilization. Sid Meier's
America
civilization.
undefeated, World War II, never forget. Woo woo, USA!
Something you'd all be speaking German now. Just kidding, we all obviously hate each other. because we're different continents. Then it's gonna add Misfortune, switch out Cerebella for Misfortune, which is interesting. Beowulf is generally like slightly slower on a lot of his normals than other characters, and Misfortune is slightly faster, so I definitely think that Dino Kid could be using that to punish. That was I think
unfortunate drop.
yeah, he missed the standing light punch link, and that's
Yeah.
good
The
block.
arm missed as well because Fortune was too low to the ground.
Good block under the raw tag, but there are ways to punish that. Like even if you don't want to do a dash in or something like that, you can, for example, use Beowulf's crouching chairless crouching heavy punch to armor through a raw tag.
Yeah.
That was one hell of a coordinated fly
okay
pass.
then. People are changing sides like crazy.
Yeah. Which is, there's a thing that like you could say that like cross-ups are very good to just sort of jump around and work into your muscle memory, so it's difficult for your opponent to keep track of where you're going, but you sort of need to convert off of it too. You can't just
Yeah.
jump around.
So one thing I'm seeing Dino Kid is getting hit by a lot of just the like random normals that don't really hit high or low, that hit medium instead. Oh,
Ooh.
good level 3 though.
Yeah, that did work. And he's not gonna do cutscene.
No.
He does a very good way to tag out.
And
It was safe.
Sweep does not combo into arm.
Nope.
Unless it is from an OGG.
Yeah, and I like that Dino Kid tagged out under that because he did have time, but he didn't block. And I definitely think that after you do something unsafe like a raw tag, you definitely should be blocking or trying to tech. Good block.
Alright, good block on the arm, but he doesn't punish the arm.
No, that's very easy. Just sorry, Misfortune has a lot of ways to punish that because she has a lot of moves that come out very quickly.
I'm pretty sure you can punish that with literally any move in Fortune's arsenal.
Pretty
I
much.
think he could even jump. I think he can even jump up and get a jump in.
Yeah. But it's very unsafe, and Gamez is he's gonna go into combo and then into a
That's
super.
a very tiny combo though.
Yeah.
Not really a great usage of meter. Yep, and the grab should finish this off, assuming he has a good pickup. Oh, that is not the good pickup.
Ooh. I definitely think also that
You can actually go straight from grab into crouching hard punch for the launcher,
No.
and that's pretty much your most optimal follow-up.
Yep. And what I saw there, like, he dropped it at the end, but I definitely also think that once you get there, you could probably just have chipped them out with dead cross and etc. That like, it's very dishonorable if you want to put it like that. Lobby's open for one last game if we're gonna put it like that. But yeah, chipping out is, it's something that not a lot of people think about. But it's definitely a viable tactic when your opponent's very low to just like jump backwards, throw dead cross, for example, for Valentine, and
Yeah.
wait, because there are also a lot of, for example, if you're playing big band, SSJ or Beowulf's gigantic arm, they're almost impossible to get around, and that's sometimes just a guaranteed ship death for a lot of people.
Yep.
And you gotta be careful about still though. For example, like Peacock's teleport can get you out of that. So yeah, but yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck America.
Hello?
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 Alright.
Alrighty, getting into our last match, it's going to be Snerd versus Gamez.
Snerd's gonna go Parasol Misfortune, and Gamez is gonna stick with his earlier team. I definitely would be more careful with starting with a heavy chair toss, because Snerd probably could have punished that if he'd gone.
Oh, and
Ooh.
we have some resets.
Yeah, nice run under. Oh, that's
Yeah.
very good.
Oh, yeah.
Snerd
This
seems.
is, so this is a player who knows resets.
Yeah.
So,
And against more beginner players, that's definitely gonna hurt a lot, because it's very difficult to block a lot of those when you know, and when you're
Yeah.
at my level as well. Ooh, that's
and that was a little bit of what we were talking about earlier. So you can see the same setup for the resets that he did there.
Uh-huh.
And essentially, that is what we like to call the 50-50. So like, you saw one was a cross under into a low, and then the other one was an overhead on the same side.
Snerd is just going to town right now on the games, and I think
Yeah.
Snerd is also being very, very aggressive, and I think Gamez could be punishing with wake-up supers. Snerd definitely does seem like he's just being very aggressive, and just mashing out something like a gigantic arm could kill him.
And that's a
That's-
block, but good DHC to
Oh,
finish the game.
he could have punished that. He could have punished like just before Misfortune's final hit on the catch scratch fever. He
Yeah,
could
he
have
could have arm reversaled that for sure. He has the invincibility to get out of that, but
Which is-
it
that's
was
what-
looking pretty grim.
It's definitely one of those things, like knowing when to punish things like Argus Agony. There are a lot of those supers that have small openings that you can use to fit in a punish.
You want to kick? You want to kick, or we can let
Oh,
them
right.
roll? I guess. I guess we
Yeah.
can just let them roll and
Oh,
we can
yeah.
leave.
Yeah, alright.
So.
Alright, that's gonna be it for the EU stream.
Yes, thank you everybody for showing up.
It's gonna be another 20 minutes until the NA stream goes live, so I guess we don't really have anything to pimp right now, because we might as well pimp that at the end of the next stream.
I suppose. If people from EU are going to be leaving, we might as well.
Yes, that's true.
throw it up.
Do you have the links ready?
What do you expect me to be ready?
Fair enough.
All right. Well, I mean, you're the one who has the group that you want to point everybody to.
Yeah.
Alright, so
yeah,
I guess I'll shamelessly promote for you.
Sorry, what?
I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Skillgale's weekly tournament, run by our gracious and beautiful, sexy host Nodscouter,
Yo.
with our good friend Catfish Maw. I would also like to throw a quick shout out over to I Want to Be the Skullgirl, another weekly tournament. Thrown out for newbies with a lot of good content. Well, you beat me to it.
Yep.
You beat me to it.
Get
Why would
wrecked.
you do that?
Get wrecked, scrub. Yeah, beyond that, it's a beginner sort of a tournament aimed for beginners, sometimes intermediate players as well, though intermediates are generally like encouraged to play their B team or C team, etc. But it's not just a tournament, it's also a lot of like educational segments with like pro players who discuss how to do, for example, like beating Peacock or how to do certain cyber resets, etc., etc. So it's a bit more focused on like other things than just watching matches, but it's definitely also an educational stream. Beyond that, I guess if you haven't already, you should check out reddit.com/ourskullgirls, which is the subreddit we use to, for example, set up Get Good, and skill grills, and I think I Want to Be the Skullgirl as well, sort of post on there as well. It's definitely one of the most important hubs for online, like Skullgirls online community.
And last but not least, feel free to check out Skullgirl Slapfest, run by my good friend Datagram. We run weekly tutorials, every other week we run a tutorial with a pro player about our character. So we've had the Kill Sage up on Cerebella, we've had Trenster with Parasol, and McPeanuts with Peacock, so lots of great content there, and every week that is not a tutorial, we have casuals with a cool, fun event. Typically, something silly, like only use assists or things like that. So feel free to check that out. We all hang out and mumble, have a great time. Everyone has a good time, so check that on out.
Alright.
Alright.
I don't have anything else to pimp, so we'll see you in 20 minutes, I guess. I'm gonna close down the stream, and you will be right back, I guess, with the NA section.
Yep.
Thank you for coming
See
out.
you guys later.
See
Don't
ya.
forget, this is Nodscouter and Bonanze, signing out.